Hello and welcome to my After the Cut opinion piece on Civilization Beyond Earth. Now, you might have got a good feel for the game in the Let's Play, but there's a few things I want to cover that you can't really express entertainingly in a Let's Play, so that's why I've made this After the Cut video. Okay? Now, Beyond Earth is a disappointment as well. It feels like a total conversion mod. Sort of like Total War Lord of the Rings. A good mod, but it still feels like a mod, which for a sort of standard price game is completely unacceptable. And while we're at unacceptable things, the tech tree is a mess. Okay, it's technically a tech web, but it's still a mess. I mean, you don't get any sort of clear outlines like you did on Civilization V that'd show you what was a wonder, what was a unit, what was an improvement. So you have to mouse over everything in order to figure out what you need to research to get what you need. And it's just unintuitive and clumsy. Okay? And speaking of clumsy, the same could be said for the victory conditions. Because apart from the standard military kill everyone and take over their capitals victory, which is the easy option, it's just get level 13 in affinity in something, build a specific item, defend it, or defend something like it, and wait a bit. And it doesn't even tell you what technologies you need to build the Mind Flower, the Exodus Gate, or the Emancipation Gate. It doesn't tell you, so you've got to look online, and that's clumsy as well. And as for the scientific victory, well, you need to actually go outwards and find scientific sites to excavate with explorers just to get the scientific victory started. It's bonkers. However, the tech web is a double-edged sword. Because you don't have a sort of planned outline, you can basically go straight from sort of your standard soldier up to ranger and past to attack jet. Yeah, you can pretty much rush aircraft within the first 30 turns if you know what you're doing. And that means a lot of early military tactics are viable from the word go, pretty much. Which is a good thing, because in Civilization V it was basically just throw spearmen, archers and catapults at them. From here it can basically be a case of, well, let's use air support and then let's use indirect fire from your gunners to close in before you get your rovers in. That's possible. However, that feeling from Civilization is muted. Muted heavily, as the aesthetics are just all over the place. I mean, you go from pretty much bloke in a spacesuit carrying an assault rifle to bloke in a spacesuit carrying a slightly bigger assault rifle with a bit of armor on a spacesuit to, well, either organic spacesuits with organic guns, extremely militarized sort of standard soldiery stuffs, or fucking power armor robots. Now that's all good for aesthetics, but it doesn't exactly have a sense of progression. It just feels like you flipped a switch from spacemen to robots. That's it. You don't go from spear to sword to pike to rifle to musket to assault rifle to proper infantry. That's missing. And as for the colour schemes, previous Civ games, they're gone. I'm playing as the ARC in the background of this video, okay? Well, playing's probably the wrong word, it's more of an illustrative point. But everything is blue except for the soldiers and the units, because they still have red highlights, even though I'm the blue guys. What the smeg? Now, there is an advantage, however, for micro users, and that you can make satellites from relatively benign sun collecting or terrain improving satellites. You can then replace those with laser bombardment satellites. Frickin' laser beams. It means that for the micromanager, this becomes a lot more worthwhile and interesting. But it's still offset, because all of the AI and the AI civilizations, they just lack character. All of them just seem to blend into one interchangeable blob where nothing makes any sense or can be told apart. And the AI, If I didn't know better, I'd say they barely changed the underlying programming from Civilization V. Suicidal attacks on extremely well-defended positions, pointless wars without a single bit of provocation, thinking that territory halfway across the planet is theirs when they haven't even founded a second city. All things that carry over from Civilization V and have sadly not been fixed. And to be honest, with Civilization V existing, there's very little place for Beyond Earth. Now, if they put out some interesting expansion packs, sort of like Gods and Kings and Brave New World, but for Beyond Earth, it might get better. But for right now, I'm sticking to Civ V. And that's my verdict. So until then, I'm Dread Zero. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye!